If you are a true and elite, you have to, like what Mayweather once said, you have to adapt to the situation that you're in. So it looked like Conor Benn was just struggling the whole night, struggling against a guy who he on paper should have destroyed.
Oh, so you want to get rid of him then?
I mean, kind of, bro.
Get rid of Conor,
like, dude, you're a liar, bro.
Yeah.
You're not that good without the PEDs.
Not only is he a cheater, but he's also a liar. Claims that his positive test was because of eggs. Like, bro, no one's buying that, bro. Like, just be honest. Be like, damn, you know what I'm saying? I was just penny. Like, what can I say?
Is Teofimo going to come on top, or is Ortíz going to deliver the upset?
Ortíz is a very solid guy. I mean, he comes to fight. He's very big, and he's cut like crazy. But I believe Teofimo López is going to whoop him.
When two fighters fight and at the amateur level and then they fight again in the pros, typically the person whoever won in the amateurs, in this case it was Teofimo, they typically win as a pro. So I'm gonna base my pick on that. I'm gonna go with Teofimo.
Biggest thing that happened this past week was the cancellation of Fury versus Usyk.
I want to ask you guys this. Do you think he should have been doing some heavy sparring, given that it was less than 2 weeks away?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Nothing wrong with hard sparring. People who say that, I don't think they understand what training camps are made for, bro. Like,
Welcome back, guys, to another episode of The Last Round Podcast. You got me, Pablo, and I am with Rudo and Asa, and we are here to talk about some boxing. Now, we had some unforeseen circumstances come up this week in the aspects to one of the biggest fights of the year, being Tyson Fury versus Alexander Usyk for the undisputed heavyweight titles. But we'll dive right into that later on. I kind of want to start off the podcast speaking about the influencer side of things. MisFits has been busy cooking up some things, you know. They've been releasing fighters for their upcoming lightweight tournament that they're planning on doing. Winner gets the interim belt and the chance to fight against Dean once Dean recovers from his hand injury. So what are you guys' thoughts about this entire tournament kind of aspect that MisFits, or Mams Taylor and KSR are trying to cook up here? And do you think it's a good thing to do for influencer boxing?
yeah, I like it. I mean, I think I was a really big fan of the Kingpin tournament, where they were doing like that 8-man tournament, and this kind of gives me the similar vibe. We get big names. I know Walid is in there, Yuddy Gang, and I can't remember the other ones.
Little Cracker.
Little Cracker. Oh yeah.
Little Cracker. Yeah, like they have. Let me say some names. They have. So they have Walid Sharks, Joey Knight, Yuddy Gang, Little Cracker. They have Ace Musa, who just recently got announced, and then they have a number 6 one. I don't recall, but they've announced 6 fighters. There's predicted to be a couple more. One of them being Fox the G.
Oh really?
Some people want Adam Saleh in there.
Oh, okay. What weight is this?
135 or 130.
135, 130.
So also they've only announced 5. So yeah,
5,
it's
okay.
Walid Sharks, Joey Knight, Yuddy Gang, Ace Musa, and Lil Cracker. Yeah, so they've announced 5.
Solid list.
Very solid.
Yeah, I mean, Lil Cracker he's been, I'm saying, in the boxing for like forever,
Yeah.
I'm actually excited to see him. I don't think, has he fought in the influencer? I don't believe so.
No. He was supposed to fight last year in one of the MisFits cards, but he pulled out because he wanted to compete at the Golden Gloves. Yeah, where he was able to qualify and represent for his state, I believe, and then he fought at the Nationals and he got to the second night, I believe.
Yeah, he's like an actual amateur.
Yeah, he's with actual experience.
With
He's been
actual
fighting.
experience.
Yeah.
But he kind of started off as fighting on the streets, no? Kind of like
yeah,
doing
that's
that
what he got
YouTube
big.
thing?
He did he'd do street fights, but he's actually like a boxer. I'm saying, he'd be training, and I'm saying, yeah.
He knows what to do inside the ring.
What to do inside of the ring.
So MisFits is introducing this whole lightweight tournament, which I think is a good idea, and I think it kind of lays a foundation for future weights in the influencer scene to be doing these tournaments, because we're seeing a lot of influencers from this weight class start to pile up, and I mean, if you want to get a shot at the belt or against Dean, then why not find out who's the best one, who's the best challenger, and then winner takes on the champion.
I also like that because Dean is injured right now, so obviously he's not going to be fighting in the foreseeable future. it's good that that weight class is still like active, and we're gonna be able to see, you know what I'm saying, who's going to be able to challenge the champion, Dean the Great. So yeah, that's actually a really good idea, I think. And finally, they're doing like something more. I think something better instead of like trying to be more influencer, like with the
Survivor
tag, all those.
See the tag team matchup.
Yeah. Like because there's even tournaments like in boxing as well with the Muhammad Ali.
The Super 6 series. Yeah, something like that. Yeah.
Which they haven't done in a while.
Yeah, they
haven't done in a while.
Yeah.
But yeah, those types of tournaments, I think they're great for boxing because. You know, I don't know. I like the thrill of a tournament. Something about a tournament, you know, tournament based competition is always personally for me. You know, it gives it something more because you know, you go in the quarterfinals, you win. You go in the semis, you win, and you're in the finals, right?
Yeah.
Like it gives it a whole I don't know. It gives it something more for me. It gives me more sport like kind of ish. You know that some people like if you're a football fan or you're a European football fan, you know, you're used to like the Champions League and stuff like that. So I think it's really cool. And also, like I mentioned earlier, it lays a foundation for different weight classes to be doing this because, you know, like I said, the lightweight division is stacking up. And there's also other divisions that are stacking up, like the 168 was, you know, Salt Poppy, Slim, and then you got other people like you got B Dave in there. You can get Jarvis in there, Anisan Gibb. There's a lot of influencers in those higher weight classes too that are starting to stock up, especially with more influencers who want to jump into the influencer side of boxing. So it'll kind of allow Mams Taylor or KSI to kind of adjust and try to find out who the best fighter is, and then have a whole little spectacle. A whole little a way to find out who's the best influencer in that weight class.
Well, who do you guys think is the best? Who's going to win this tournament?
Well, you go first.
I think it's a little too early, but one thing I like is I've seen Little Cracker's videos and stuff like this, so I'm kind of interested to see how he pairs up against some of these other guys and stuff like that. He does have the amateur experience. Fighting at the Golden Glove, especially at the national level, means that you have something, you know what I'm saying? So I know he's kind of like, an influencer or whatever, but he definitely has that foundation of like the skills and whatnot. He's definitely just been at the gym, and I'm really interested to see how he does against some of these other guys. Another guy who I think could be a dark horse is Fox the G. He really made a splash in his first fight, so I'm curious to see if he's able to continue with that momentum.
Yeah, there's actually, speaking of that, people already giving their predictions on who they think is going to win. And one of the big favorites is Yuri Gang. Actually.
Really?
Yeah, he's a big favorite. He's coming off a win against Uncle Pizza. Well, now Uncle Pizza's career is now in the mud. But
it's kind of unfortunate because I kind of no, I just his fighting style and whatnot, I thought it was just a little bit different. Plus the marketing stuff like that. He was like a chef.
He's a pizza guy.
Pizza guy. So,
yeah,
but it is what it is.
Well, now he's in the mud.
Yeah.
But regardless, so Yuri Gang's coming off from he got his lick back because Uncle Pizza beat him the first time. This was the rematch, and Yuri Gang was able to get his victory over him. But a lot of people are predicting that Yuri Gang's gonna come out victorious, and there's obviously the favorite like Walid. People just love Walid. There's always been hype around him ever since he fought against Adam Saleh in his debut. Personally for me, I think Lil Cracker is gonna take it. I think he's gonna take it. Yeah, because here's the thing. I think he has way too much experience for these guys. Yuri Gang himself said he had 20 some fights in the amateurs, so he has experience himself. But Lil Cracker, he's been doing it for years, man.
Years.
Yeah. He's fought at the national level for Golden Gloves, which not many people could say they've done that, fought at a national level in any sport regardless. So and to do it in boxing, it's already a very difficult and incredible achievement to be doing it, especially in your amateur career. So and Little Cracker, man, I seen his clips. He be putting in the work.
Yeah, he's solid.
He's solid. He's fast. He throws combinations. He be thinking in there, and I think when you fight an opponent like him, especially against amateurs like the people who are in this MisFits tournament, it's going to be kind of more into his one-sided, more into his favor overall.
He's gonna be in his comfort zone. Definitely, he's not gonna be scared to get in the ring. I mean, he's been doing it for years. He's literally a veteran, bro.
Yeah, he's a veteran.
I remember seeing his videos on my YouTube just like years ago, bro.
Yeah.
It's good that they got him because he definitely deserves to be in this tournament. But I agree with you. I think it's gonna be Little Cracker for the final. It's gonna be Little Cracker versus Joey Knight. That's what I mean.
You think Joey Knight's going all the way?
Honestly, Joey Knight surprised me when he beat who did he beat? Most wanted. Joey Knight, he impressed me. He looked very, very good in there.
Yeah.
And like he looked comfortable. It looked like he's been doing it for a very long time, and it looked like he had some pop as well.
Yeah.
So he really impressed me. I think that he's actually my dark horse. It's going to be the final, Lil Cracker and Joey Knight. He's also a bit older as well, so he got that old man strength. Some of the other guys they're young still. You know what I'm saying? And that can play a role. So I think Joey Knight and Lil Cracker are gonna go at it in the final. Between them, I'm not sure. I would lean towards Lil Cracker just because of the experience. But I think it's gonna be a good fight. Yeah.
Joey Knight though, imagine Joey Knight fights Walid and he upsets Walid. Because Walid has so much hype.
It's because he's good. I don't want to get it. Yeah, Walid is fucking amazing. The only problem is he is a bit. The only problem is, his last fight was just absolutely horrendous.
Oh yeah, he looked robotic. He felt robotic. He looked slow. I think like we've talked about this during the prime card, after the prime card. So I'm about to bring it up again. Walid in that fight against Dean in the rematch, I believe he came in overconfident. I believe he came in thinking, oh, that first fight was a fluke. My power is going to be enough the second time to stop him. And I believe he trained really hard for the fight. But I think he was a little too overconfident. And once things didn't start going his way, that's when he kind of mentally just, everything fell down for him. He collapsed.
He didn't have a game plan. He didn't have like nothing set, like
nothing different to bring.
He really just thought it was a fluke that Dean like caught him with that right hand. Right or left hand?
It was the right
hand. Yeah. But it really isn't. That's Dean's bread and butter. Like, you should have formulated a plan around your fighter. You know him. You already in the ring with him. You know he has a good right hand, so you should have, prepared for that.
Plus, I think he's too tough for his own good. I feel like, being tough and confident is really good, but that could easily be a double-edged sword. And I think that's what it was. He really just thought that he was going to get him out of there really quickly, and then turns out Dean came in there, had a game plan, and stuck to it.
Yeah, Dean whooped his ass.
Oh, dude, that was a beating.
Dude, it was a beating. Dude,
that's the thing. He took a heavy beat. It's one of the... You could say it could be one of the most one-sided beatings in influencer. In MisFits especially, but also like as an influencer as a whole, because he got dropped multiple times. He was hurt multiple times. He got hit with some hard shots throughout the entirety of the fight. And I mean, if you take that much punishment in a fight, what does that do to you in the future?
Exactly, because I really think he was concussed. I think he was out on his feet multiple times. Yeah. I mean, Dean literally landed even in the first round, he landed so many right hands. I think from the first round he was concussed because his eyes, you could see it in his eyes. He was not there. He just didn't look like the fire. It didn't look like the Walid we're accustomed to seeing, and that, just like you said, taking that much damage, it could change you. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, like he took a lot of damage. Dean hits hard as well, so I mean, it's not that good.
No. Yeah, so Walid has a lot of I guess like he has a lot of questions to answer, because he's one of the big favorites to win this entire thing, just because it's Walid, and he's always had hype around his name ever since he debuted, and then more hype when they found out he's a Golden Glove champion. And the aspect he's a Detroit, I think, a Detroit Golden Glove champion.
Okay.
He's like a state Golden Glove champ. Or the last time I checked, which was last year, I believe. Or was it 2 years ago? I don't remember. Last time he was a Golden Glove state champ. So to say he was a national or a
Golden Glove champion
is a big stretch.
It's a little nuanced.
It's
very misleading. Yeah, because he won it in the novice division. Yeah, it was novice division. So
under 10 fights. That's what that means.
That's what it was. So there's a little bit of a what's the word? when it comes to him being a golden glove contender, just a bit of
Just misleading.
yeah, that's okay.
Yeah, there's a nuance because he technically, I mean, he is. He did win it, but it was a novice and it was just a state.
Yeah.
So it's not the actual national open division. Yeah.
No. But yeah, so they're still not done. Revealing the next fighters for this tournament. I don't know how many fighters they're deciding on doing. I think there might be 8, to be honest. 6 or 8. I'm gonna guess right now it's gonna be 8 fighters.
8? Okay.
Yeah, it's gonna be 8 fighters. But so yeah, there's still a couple fighters that people are kind of predicting to be in it or want to be in there, or there's supposed rumors that they're gonna be in it. One of them is IPAP. I don't remember if you remember IPAP. He fought in the tag team. You remember when Dean and Walid were chosen as the tag team?
They fought Yachty Gang, didn't
Yachty Gang and IPAP.
Oh, okay, yeah.
And IPAP also fought Walid individually. Yeah, and then Walid took him out in like 2 rounds.
Oh, really?
Yeah. But yeah, so IPAP is rumored to be another challenger to be revealed. And then, like I said, Fox the G is also rumored, or people want him to be, as well as Adam Saleh, who's been just on the low ever
Adam
since.
Saleh,
He's fought in what, like 3 years?
He fought in like 2 or something. I think it's been like 2 years. It's been a while since he fought.
He's very inconsistent, very inactive, and it's because his performances have been lackluster.
They've been bad. Yeah. They've been
every
bad.
single time he's underperformed.
He's for how much hype he had when he came into the scene, because he was
hyped up as like some 15-0, right?
Oh yeah, he's an undefeated amateur. That's the main thing. People were like, "Oh, he's the first influencer who had actual experience, and he was undefeated." And then, but supposedly he got his boxing license taken away
because of street fighting.
I think so. Yeah, no, I don't believe it.
Yeah, I don't believe it either.
I don't believe it. But yeah, the man had so much hype. He has not delivered. His counterpart though, Slim, has delivered, which is big surprising.
It's really interesting when you see both of their careers. They both really started. I think they fought on the
same card. The same card when
they both started debuted. Really. They started training really basically at the same time. And if you see how their careers have gone at this moment, he is nowhere to be found. No. On the contrary, Slim, he's possibly one of the biggest, one of the bigger ones in his weight class for sure.
Oh yeah, definitely. Yeah.
In general,
he's a world champ, isn't he?
Yeah, he's a MisFits champ. Yeah,
I mean technically MisFits world champ.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Now they be announcing that the world champion. But so Adam Saleh is another fighter who people kind of want to see, and who's supposedly going to be a next revealed, which would be interesting if he is. And it'd make things a lot more interesting, because I like seeing fights like that. Imagine Walid and Adam Saleh the rematch.
A great fight.
Yeah,
great fight. Walid whoops him, but
he does whoop him. Yeah. So that was a little brief. Not really brief. We kind of went a little deep. We went a little deep into that influencer MisFits side. Do you guys have anything else to talk about the whole tournament base out and everything like that?
When does it start?
No idea. No idea. I'm predicting they're gonna have like, the next time they announce a show, like the next MisFits event. Yeah. They're probably gonna put like 1 or 2 of those tournament fights into that card. And then like the next one they're gonna put another 2 or whatever. They're gonna keep on just putting them, and then maybe at the end of the year we'll finally have our interim champion, who then will face off against Walid in a big. Maybe in the prime card, perhaps, maybe the winner gets to fight Walid, or not Walid. Dean. The winner gets to fight Dean on the next prime card, 2024, which would be pretty big. But so yeah, that's a little bit about the whole MisFits. But switching over back to traditional boxing, we had not the return, but we had Conor Benn come back and fight here in the States. And let's just say that Conor Benn, amongst the eyes of the boxing fans, did not perform as they would have wanted him to perform. He got the victory, which is important. He kind of
he UD'd
him. It was pretty one-sided at points. The judges had it that way as well. But I mean, Conor Benn, when he was coming up, he was known as, isn't he the destroyer? So he was destroying, knocking out everyone. He had that knockout against Chris Algieri, which everyone likes putting. But then he was found positive, with PEDs, and he blamed it on the eggs. And ever since, he got suspended for a couple months, and ever since he's been back, it seems like the power that he once had before this entire PED scam just is non-existent anymore, and it showed again in this fight. Second fight in a row that he had not been able to stop his opponent. What are you guys' thoughts about Conor Ben?
You're absolutely true. I mean, they were hyping him up to be a destroyer, to be a killer, and now without injecting, you know what I'm saying, without injecting any
juice.
Not
That
eating,
juice.
eating the egg.
Oh, eating the egg. Yeah.
Man, fuck those eggs. That motherfucker lying. Without you know the performance enhancing substance, he's ordinary. Like it's not saying, you know, he's a good fighter. He beat this guy definitely, but he's not the same. He's not the world class elite without that power, without that strength. He landed some big shots against Dobson, and Dobson was just eating them up and coming forward at points. Like Conor Benn just does not have the strength that he once had with those PEDs.
Yeah, and that's interesting because so this fight was at a catchweight, right? It was like 150, I believe.
Yeah.
And he came in, what, like 20 pounds above the next morning? Yeah, I mean, he should have had some power. So it's either his opponent had a hell of a chin or, yeah, it was the PEDs that were giving him that extra knockout power. So, yeah, with that being said, I don't think he's... I saw a tweet from Rick Glacier. He's a guy within the boxing world. He said that Conor Benn, without the PEDs and stuff like that, he's just an ordinary fighter. Yeah.
It's true.
He's not gonna go far now.
Yeah, like now he's calling out. He's kind of calling out some big names now. Eddie Hearns was also in there. They're calling out Chris Eubank Jr. at 160, which is literally insane. They're calling out. I know he called out
Haney.
Called out Haney, and then now he's going back and forth with Gervonta Davis. Like, so he's now he wants to get big fights with the elites. He can probably get it because he has a pretty big name. He's backed up by Eddie Hearn, but I believe he's going to get his ass kicked. I don't think he without those eggs, he's finished. Like,
Without the egg,
he's not going to be able to compete with these guys. His skill level just isn't at the elite. What was making him very elite was his power, and that's not there anymore.
Yeah, he.
Yeah, and plus, like, it seems as though he doesn't have other skills as well. I know I didn't mean to cut you off, but it looks like he doesn't have any other skills apart from, you know, the power and whatnot. Like, I understand, like, sometimes, like, some fighters have different styles. So if you are a true and elite, you have to, like what Mayweather once said, you have to adapt to the situation that you're in. So figure out a way around that. And it looked like Conor Benn was just struggling the whole night. You know, he was winning for sure, but he was struggling against a guy who he on paper should have destroyed.
Yeah, he like back to that Rick Glacier tweet. I think I saw it too. I think he mentioned the fact that without the PEDs, he's more of a domestic level type of fighter, you know. And I mean, he's got the name because the Ben name is his father, and then the UK, you know. So he already has the whole kind of legacy behind him due to his father's name. But man, I don't know. He you just mentioned too. He's going back and forth with Gervonta Davis, and Gervonta Davis seemed inclined to fight him.
I would too, honestly.
And
if I was Gervonta.
Yeah, I mean, first off, Gervonta could fight in the UK and make big money there.
Big money
against Conor Benn. That would be a big fight over in the UK because people. I mean, it's Tank. He'd probably sell out the arena over there.
Definitely,
easily. Yeah. And it'd be a winnable fight for him because
exactly he'd whoop him. I think he'd whoop him even being at 135.
He might stop him too. That's the thing against Conor Benn. That's the issue with Conor Benn. So he has every chance in the world to get a big fight against a big name, but him winning that fight is questionable.
Yeah, and plus I feel like he doesn't deserve it either. Like, there's other guys I believe that should get a big money fight or a big world title fight, and I don't think Conor is deserving of that.
Yeah. Oh, well, with the Gervonta Davis one, I feel like that's more of like a payday type of fight.
Yeah.
Not necessarily because like Gervonta Davis. I mean, even if he were to move up to 147, Gervonta Davis is not going to stay at 147. He's probably going to go back down to 140 or 135. You know, he's still not bipolar about which division he wants to be in, but. Yeah, if you were to go up, I feel like that'd be just like a fight just for money. You know?
Even then, I feel like he doesn't deserve it. He hasn't done enough to really deserve a big fight like that.
Yeah, maybe not, but I mean, if he wants it, I wouldn't mind it, you know. But if he like let's say Boots or the big names at 147, I think he should stay away from Boots.
100%.
Dude, Boots is gonna whoop his ass like bad. Like it's not even close. Boots is the next generation, he's the next like generational fighter that's going to be leading the 147 division, I believe. And Ben, after seeing Ben's performances, this one with Dobson and the last one against Orozco, they were not good, and Boots is completely higher level than him.
Yeah, yeah, I agree with you. He should not be even calling them out. You know, he shouldn't call them out anymore based on this. You know, maybe take a step back.
Maybe work on your skills instead of like relying on the injections. Right?
Exactly. Yeah.
Plus, just sort of, I guess, to kind of put into perspective, like. Conor, he's a good fighter, right? He's a good fighter, but like again, it goes back to the thing what we were talking about earlier. There's levels to this. Boots is on a higher level. He's already a champion. You know, he's an email champion, but he's a champion. But his skills are there. That you know, you can't deny that. Conor, I would say he's a contender, really trying to get it into trying to get into there. Within that group, it's not just him, but there's also Staniones, Giovanni Santillan. You can even meet Alexis Rocha and stuff like that. Mario Barrios.
Oh, he also called him out, yeah.
Yeah, so like, I mean, I feel like before you even can even say you want a big money fight or even a title fight, you gotta go beat some of these other guys because they also want as well a big money fight or a championship fight.
Well, how about Conor Benn versus Blair Cobbs?
Dude, I like Blair. I like Blair. Dude,
the Flair.
I like the Flair. Roach will beat the shit out of him, but I like Blair actually.
But I mean, they're both. I mean, Blair hasn't. Well,
I don't think he's fought since.
No, he has fought. I think he fought once.
I think he did actually.
Yeah,
too,
I don't remember who he fought. Oh, he fought against what's his name? He fought. Nebraska. I think he was one of Crawford's stablemates.
Oh my god!
Really?
Yeah.
Bomac?
No. He fought Bomac, bro. No. This dude fought Virgil Ortiz.
Yeah.
Kavanaskis?
No.
The one was a black dude.
The black dude. Yeah. Oh my, dude, what's in it? Dude, I'm blanking out.
I'm seeing his face, but I can't think of his name.
Bro, I gotta search this up.
But he fought him?
He fought him and he beat him.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, he beat him.
Okay.
So, but I mean...
I think that's a good fight, actually. Blair Cobbs and Conor Benn.
I guess, yeah.
I mean you want him to, like, build up, no?
Build up, yeah.
So,
build
I mean,
up,
I think Blair, it's a solid name on your resume. Blair Cobbs, I mean, he's definitely... also like a contender prospect, wants to get in there
for sure. Yeah, but like I feel like against a guy like Giovanni Santillan.
So you want to get rid of him then?
I mean, kind of,
trying to get rid of Conor.
Like, dude, you're a liar, bro. Like, why are you still like, dude? I don't like that. Like, dude, you're a cheater, bro. Like, you don't deserve this. Yeah. Plus, you don't have the credits or the ability, the resume to actually be like, to say, yes, I want a big money fight or I want a title fight, my next fight. Bro, you're a cheater.
Yeah.
You're not that good without the PEDs.
Not only is he a cheater, but he's also a liar.
Yeah.
He claims that he got tested, his positive test was because of eggs. Like, bro, no one's buying that, bro. Like, just be honest. Be like, damn, you know what I'm saying? I was just penny. Like, what can I say?
Well, I mean, there's a reason why he isn't fighting in the UK anymore.
Yeah, exactly.
They won't let him.
He doesn't even have a license in the UK, right?
No.
Yeah, so, like, they won't even sanction him because, yeah, he's a liar on top of being a cheater. So, I think, I honestly... I'm surprised that Eddie Hearn still really fucks with him. I mean, he's backing him up. He's still a big proponent, saying like Conor Benn, you know, he is the next big thing, and he still kept him on his promotion. You know, Eddie Hearn didn't have to keep him on his promotion after the positive test, but he's still doing it. I'm surprised, because
maybe he's just taking a higher percentage from his paycheck every fight.
Could be
probably getting more money, but yeah, I don't want Conor Benn to be. I also want to get rid of him as well. I mean, beat him a big fight, so then boom, he's done. He's out. Yeah.
Oh, it was a Maurice Hooker.
Yes.
Dang, he beat Hooker.
Yeah, he beat Hooker. I mean, Hooker is not the same fighter.
Yeah, unfortunately.
He's been a little former shell. Well, he used to be. But
that is true.
Yeah, Blair Cobb's last fight was against Hooker. He has a fight coming up also.
Blair Cobbs?
Yeah, Blair Cobbs against like a 20 wins, 20 some loss dude. You know, not the best record.
Is he with Golden Boy?
No. Yeah, I don't really look too much into Blair Cobbs right now. But yeah, people were saying, oh, how about Blair Cobbs versus Conor Benn? That'd be a fun fight, right, guys?
That would be a fun fight.
I mean, they're both at a point in their career where they
need wins.
They need wins, and then I mean, it's a pretty big fight for people who are in the, you know, not at the top anymore. Because remember when Blair Cobbs was coming up?
Yeah. He's such a character too. So the press conferences of them going back and forth would be pretty.
Yeah, they'd be fun.
That'd be funny. Yeah.
Entertaining.
But yeah, so that's what the whole Conor Benn issue, or the whole fight, and all the little controversy, or the little, not the little, but the big criticism that he gets.
Well deserved.
Yeah, that he's been getting for his past performances. But briefly, talking about the card though, we had this fighter, prospect, up and coming fighter, Ben Whitaker, has been making headlines not only across, in boxing, but across various forms of social media, or of combat sport accounts, because of what he was doing in his fight yesterday. People were giving them a lot of criticism because of his showboating. What are you guys' thoughts about that? Because personally, I saw no issue with it. I was like, damn, he's kind of stunning on him. He's stunning on him.
If it's good, like if it's done well, then I have no problem with it. He was literally just stunting on that guy, like he was flexing him. I thought the ref was being a little hater, honestly. I mean, he kept on stopping and saying, no, we can't do this. I mean, it's like a simple spin. They weren't even close to each other. Let him just like do a little showboating. It looks like he perfected the Drunken Master technique now.
Oh yes,
he's the next
he's the modern day
Drunken Master, and I fuck with it. I like it. Yeah.
Emmanuel Augusta, I believe, was the name.
Chicago. Chicago born. Emmanuel Augustus.
I'm not mad about it. Plus, like, if people actually have some type of problem with it, or if the fighter was, I don't know if the fighter was actually complaining and whatnot, but like if the fighter has a problem with his opponent spinning him around, him spinning, him hitting him like from above to below, like do something about it, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, don't let another man do that to you.
Yeah,
like you're in the ring with
retaliate, man. Do something. But I think one of the big things people were saying, they were like, oh, he's only doing this because he's fighting a journeyman, because he's far levels above him. He was a big favorite in the booking cards, and he can only do that against fighters who are not on his level. And that's the main big criticism people had. And another thing was, you got to respect the sport of boxing. You got to treat everyone with respect and honor.
That's his boxing style.
It is. I saw a clip of him. There's a clip that started going around because people were criticizing them, of a sparring that he had when he was still an amateur. And he was sparring this fighter named Felix Cash, I believe.
Oh, yeah.
Who used to be top 10 in the WBO rankings. And Ben Whitaker was stunning on him the same way that he fought last night, or this past weekend. He was sparring him as an amateur that same way, and he was whooping him. He was whooping this professional undefeated fighter.
Damn.
Yeah, so people were saying he's fought this way since his amateur days. This is just his style. Like, why are you guys getting so mad?
Yeah, I think it's just like some hater shit, because it's like, bro, I mean, it's a little too much sometimes, right?
Sure.
Like he can overdo it. It's easy to overdo it, but I mean, it's entertaining, and it's true to him. That's how he wants to fight. It's also, I mean, it's entertaining. It's like, it's a new style. It's a unique style. I like seeing unique styles in boxing. Yeah.
Yeah, and plus, maybe he's from the UK, right? Yeah, he could be the next Muhammad Ali, Prince Nassim Hamed.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
That's what I've seen people calling him. Yeah, Nassim Hamed. But there's only one Nassim Hamed.
Of course, yeah.
The one who got beat by Barrera. Kidding.
What weight does he fight at?
I don't remember.
He's a big boy.
He's a big guy.
Oh,
yeah, he's a big boy.
Oh, wow. He was pretty good for someone that big.
Yeah, he's got some great footwork, man.
Not only that, but the defense as well.
He's got some great moves.
Yeah, his reflexes are top notch. Yeah. The main clip that's going around is the one where he's actually doing like the whole Drunken Master thing, and he like uppercuts him, and then it's just clean. I'm telling you, it's clean. I was like, damn. And someone captioned it saying, who's this guy? And the comment section was pretty divided on whether they liked it or not. But I personally, I like it. I think it's entertaining. I can see why it pisses people off. But I mean, it's his style, and I mean, let's see if the hate continues or grows, or if it kind of stagnates after if they put him up against someone more riskier and he comes out on top and still does the same thing. So there's only time will tell how the fans will receive him in the future. But that was a little bit about the whole Conor Benn, some of the a fight in this card with Ben Whitaker, and the whole controversy behind his little taunt, or his overconfidence shown in the ring. But going right to, I think the biggest thing that happened in this past week was the cancellation of Fury versus Usyk.
I think the postponed is actually the correct word.
Canceled. It was canceled. Yeah, it was postponed. You know, they already have a new date for it. But I mean, this hit. I mean, I got a little upset when I saw the news. I was like, man, we're like 2 weeks away from an undisputed heavyweight fight, and it gets postponed. Like, come on, bro. What are the odds? I mean, it is Tyson Fury. Things like this happen. I feel like it happens a lot more frequent with him. that stuff like this happens. You remember the when he was supposed to be fighting or against Anthony Joshua back in like 2021, but then Wilder went into court and was like, "No, I need a rematch or a trilogy."
And they sided with Wilder.
Yeah, and then they ended up going with Wilder. You know, he kind of, I don't know, Fury had the tendency to blue ball the fans because it happened with the whole Wilder and AJ, and then now it happens again with the whole Fury and
Usyk.
Yeah, the Fury Usyk card. So I don't know. What are you guys' thoughts about Tyson Fury and Usyk getting postponed?
Well, actually, I want to ask you guys this. Do you think he should have been doing some heavy sparring, given that it was less than 2 weeks away?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. I mean, absolutely. I mean, I think hard sparring, yeah, it's usually a training camp. You know, you hard spar. That was probably one of his last hard spars. You know, it's 2 weeks away. So that was probably like the hardest he was going to go. And then the next week, obviously, is going to be the week of recovery because it's leading up to the fight. So, I don't think there's nothing wrong with hard sparring. People who say that, I don't think they understand what training camps are made for, bro.
I mean, yeah, he had the best of the best in his team. You know, the best physios, the best nutritionist, and I assume the best sparring partners. So, of course, it's 2 weeks from the fight. Completely normal to be having hard sparring, 2 weeks out from a big fight. Especially it's a big fight, like... it's an undisputed showdown. You want to be in your A game, right? So you're gonna be still putting in that hard work, regardless how far away the fight is. I remember I saw what's his name, Dan, the journalist on Twitter. I forgot his last name.
Dan Raphael.
Yeah, Dan Raphael.
Yeah,
because one of the main criticism points of, why is he sparring so close to the fight? And Dan said that Pacquiao would be sparring like the week of the fight, and other fighters like I forgot what other fighters he mentioned, but he mentioned
even when Ryan Garcia fought Emmanuel Tago, like that week, I believe his last sparring was that Tuesday or Monday of fight week.
Yeah, it's not abnormal for elites to spar 2 weeks out of their fight. Like that's a very normal training camp. I think people that don't know that are just like casuals.
Or they just don't know.
Or they just don't know.
They just don't know. They're just confused as to why he's sparring so hard. I'm like,
he's prepared for a fight, big dog.
Hey, but that cut was bad.
That cut was bad.
That cut was outrageous for a spar.
What do you guys think of the video? A lot of people are giving it criticism, saying even like the iPhones nowadays they record like 180p and this shit was recorded like on some rink-a-dink fucking camera.
Yeah, I was like, bro, why is it filmed in potato quality? I mean, it's 2024. We just got the Apple Vision Pro.
Yeah,
come on, we could just we had the clip come out like potato quality. Come on,
that shit was 144, bro.
They filmed it like in the Motorola.
People were saying that was sus.
It gave me one of those like 1980s sparring clips of Mike Tyson type thing.
Yeah, that's what it looked like.
I mean, what would you think?
I mean, I was only asking because just like everyone else, I was kind of disappointed because it was right around the corner that this fight was going to happen. One of the most anticipated, I would say, that I think all the boxing world was hoping and waiting for to see. But every fighter they do their training camp differently, and depending on your weight and stuff like that, that also has an effect as to how you're gonna conduct your training camp and stuff like that. I mean, it's really not out of the ordinary for elite fighters especially to continue to have hard sparring, hard training sessions, hard whatever it is, up until like a week prior or whatever. And then, or even then, sometimes they still do hard sparring, but they just do less rounds and stuff like that. It just really just depends. Every fighter is different. Their team, they come up with the best game plan and whatnot. So I mean, that's how he conducts his training camp. I mean, that's up to him. It's never failed him before.
Yeah, I think it's just an unfortunate event that happened. I mean, a lot of people are saying that Fury ducked or is scared of Usyk, and I don't believe that's true. They're saying maybe he did this on purpose or something. First of all, no one's getting cut on purpose.
Yeah, did you see Usyk's manager went on Instagram Live?
He called him a coward.
Coward,
yeah. So I think that's a load of baloney. Yeah. Fury, I don't believe he is scared of anybody. I mean, this guy's crazy. Like, this guy's struggled with like depression, of suicide, all this crazy stuff. So I don't believe he's really scared of Usyk. It's just an unfortunate event that happened 2 weeks prior, and thankfully we got the postponement already. A date set May 18th, I believe, and His Excellency also said that if someone pulls out of the fight, there is a $10 million penalty. So, maybe we get a little more guarantees now.
Yeah, that's actually, I did see the cut. Like, is that enough time for him to recover?
Yeah, because it was
pretty
cut.
deep, and it was,
It's like, supposedly it was like scar tissue from the Otto Wallin fight. Yeah. So, I mean, I feel like it might take a while. I mean, and also he wants to keep on. I guess he can train though.
He can still train, but it's just the cut though. Yeah, that's the thing.
Yeah.
Like if it's not 100% healed, it's definitely going to open up probably, or it's more likely to open up again.
You already know Usyk's gonna be targeting that
or try to.
Yeah, hell yeah, I would too.
He's gonna try
if you can reach him. Actually, what is he like 6'2"?
He's like 6'2" to 6. I mean, supposedly 6'9". Yeah. I don't think.
I think that's a lie.
I think he's like 6'6" or 6'7".
Yeah, 6'7". I think
he's still a very big man.
Yeah,
but I mean, you guys see the post of Fury, how he was looking, his physique. He looked. I think this is one of the best, one of the best in shape forms I've seen Fury look for a fight. He looked really well shredded. Nothing compared to how he looked against Francis Ngannou. Let's throw that out there. He looked how he was looking for this fight, for the preparation. He looked in incredible shape. And now I was like, damn, this dude was actually working his ass off.
Yeah, because normally Tyson Fury, even obviously he still trains very hard, but he has like that body type of, he doesn't really look like an athlete. You know what I'm saying? He's very wide around the waist.
Pretty husky.
Yeah, but for this fight, he looked in one of the best shapes I've ever seen him. So it was very surprising. You can almost see his abs. Almost, like, it was very surprising. I thought it was a good sign, and I think that points to more that it was just an unfortunate event that happened. I mean, of course he wanted to fight Usyk and he was training for it. So it just, unfortunately, he got cut.
Well, now that it got postponed to May 18th, now we have 3 fights in that short time range that we can look forward to, because May 12th we have Lomachenko taking on George Kambosos for the vacant lightweight title. We also have now the Fury against Usyk, Undisputed Showdown on May 18th. And then on June 1st, we have it confirmed, the Undisputed Showdown at light heavyweight between Arthur Beterbiev versus Dimitri Bivol. And I think that's a really great time frame for the boxing fan, because if we get 3 different championship fights in less than a month of boxing. It's crazy.
They're making really big fights happen this year. I don't know what it is. I think it's crazy. I mean,
money talks.
We're getting exactly. We're getting undisputed. For the first time in heavyweight history, we're getting undisputed in the 4-belt era. Yeah. So I mean, that's history right there. And we also get Beterbiev versus Bivol undisputed at 175. Fire fight. And then we get to see Loma beat the shit out of Kambosos in Australia.
Become champion again.
Yeah, I think it's... I feel like a lot of big fights have been going on. And I think a big proponent of that is Saudi Arabia and His Excellency.
Yeah, he's the man.
He's the man. A lot of people are giving him credit now. He went on the DAZN. He had like a talk with I don't remember one of the guys from DAZN.
Yeah.
He had a talk with him. That got him, I think, people that introduced him to like a lot of people, especially here in the US, where we didn't really know that much about him. Now he's being a little more vocal now. He's like talking about stuff, tweeting stuff. So I think people are starting to notice, and they're starting to give him the credit that he deserves.
As he should, because he's unifying the heavyweights during the 4-belt era. Plus, he's gonna help unify the 175-pound as well. So, thank you.
And then he also has supposedly the Arthur Beterbiev and the Dimitri Bivol is going to be the headliner for Did you hear about the tournament that they're doing?
They're doing like an Eddie Hearn or something.
Yeah, the 5v5.
Oh, Matchroom and
Queensberry.
Queensberry, yeah.
Yeah, the Frank Warren.
yeah,
Frank Warren versus Eddie Hearn. They're doing the 5v5 tournament thing, you know, and it's gonna be headlined by the Arthur Better Beeve and Dimitri Bivol. Even though I think that's their own separate thing, the main event. But yeah, the undercard is gonna be just Queensberry fighters against Matchroom boxing fighters.
Yeah,
which is
That's the first time I've ever really heard that.
Yeah,
it's like promotion against
especially
promotion.
modern day boxing.
Yeah,
yeah, promotion versus promotion. I think it's pretty cool.
Yeah, it is cool.
It adds a new
like competition,
a new competition, a new perspective, or new aspect into the sport. You know, because I like I said, we talked about it briefly earlier in this podcast, in this episode. But the World Superboxing, what's it called? It is called the World
Super Series.
The Super Series. There you go. I like that tournament for professional boxing, the whole tournament aspect. So this kind of gives it a little feel, or it gives maybe not that feel, but it gives
like
it
a vibe,
like a rivalry, you know, or like a tight competition, because everyone in your promotion is in your team going up against them. And I don't know, it gives it something else. You know, it gives just boxing a new perspective, new breath of life, in my opinion, having that 5v5 that supposedly is going to take place on June 1st, you know, headlined by the undisputed light heavyweight showdown.
Yeah.
But yeah, so thank you, Saudi Arabia, for all you're doing for boxing, especially this year, because they've really been sparking it up.
Crazy this year.
Going crazy. So so we have that. We have the whole fights coming up for the spring and early summer that we as boxing fans have to look forward to. Moving on to
this week
now, you know, on Thursday. Thursday boxing, man.
Isn't that interesting?
I'm not a big fan of Thursday boxing.
And they also got a world champion fighting on Thursday. That's insane.
Yeah. We have the return of Teofimo López as he takes on Jamaine Ortiz for the 140-pound championship title. Now, there's been a lot of not really division, but people have been speculating, you know, giving their predictions on who they think is going to win. What are you guys' predictions for this fight? You know, is Teofimo going to come on top, or is Ortiz going to deliver the upset?
I think Ortiz is a very solid guy. I mean, he comes to fight. A lot of people got introduced to him when he fought against Lomachenko, and he put up a fantastic performance. I mean, this guy is very big for 135. He's a 135 pounder actually, yeah. And then he's going up in 140 to fight Teofimo. He's very big and he's cut like crazy. I mean, this guy,
he's chiseled. I
mean, oh my gosh. And so then he's a solid fighter, but I believe Teofimo López is gonna whoop him. I mean, Teofimo López, I've been a big proponent of him because I think he's really good, and he's had like a lot of criticism because of some of his performances. He like shows up, and then the next one he doesn't show up. So he's very inconsistent. But I think this fight he's definitely gonna show out. I think because Jamaine Ortiz, you can't take that guy lightly. Because if you were to take him lightly, Jamaine Ortiz is gonna beat you.
Yeah. Plus, I think just from what I can tell, just how history has gone, when two fighters fight and at the amateur level and then they fight again in the pros, typically the person whoever won in the amateurs, in this case it was Teofimo, they typically win as a pro. So I'm gonna base my pick on that. I'm gonna go with Teofimo, but I think he might. I think he should struggle a little bit. You know, Jamaine, he's a young dude, hungry dude. Yeah, he looks like he's in tremendous shape. He always gives his 110%. You know what I'm saying? When he fought Lomachenko, he did a pretty good job. He gave Lomachenko a hard time. So I'm expecting him to as well bring that Jamaine Ortiz that we're accustomed to seeing. But I mean, it's Teofimo López. I just think he's on a different level.
Yeah, he's a world champ level, you know, that elite level.
Yeah, so I'm going with Lopez decision.
Yeah, I think Ortiz's main thing his main key to victory is his physique against Teofimo. Because that's exactly what he did against Lomachenko when they fought. He just used how big, because like we've talked about this before, or I think I've mentioned it. Lomachenko at his best, he was a 126, 130 pounder. So I mean, he's not a natural 135 pounder. Neither is Ortíz, but Ortíz is huge, you know. So that's exactly what he used and what helped him make the fight so competitive. So for me, I believe he's gonna have to use that physique that he has in order to try to make things difficult and rough for Teofimo, because Teofimo's a lot more skilled. He's a lot more skilled. He's got more. He's just an athletic freak, you know. His reflexes are top notch. He's a hard puncher. He's a good counter puncher, and he's able to adjust. And I don't know. He's a great combination of a lot of different styles put into one fighter, and that's what makes him an elite fighter. So Teofimo, in my opinion, is gonna take the win. There's not going to be a stoppage. There's going to be I think it's going to be a decision, a UD for Teofimo López.
Yeah, I think so too. I don't think, I just don't see Teofimo stopping Ortíz, because Ortíz is just, I mean, he's so strong. You know, I think he is going to get outclassed. I think it's going to be competitive though. Actually, yeah, I think it is going to be competitive. Yeah, because another thing, Jamaine Ortiz, he's really quick. That's one of the things. He pops a jab out real quick. He's a very quick fighter, but he does tend to gas. He gasses like in the second half of the fight. That's kind of what another thing that happened in that Lomachenko fight is that he couldn't keep it up. And so yeah, maybe the first couple rounds he's gonna be at his quickest, so he's gonna make it competitive for Teofimo. But once they get into that second half of the fight, I see Teofimo López, you know, definitely getting the better of him.
Plus, Teofimo, you know, he's not accustomed to, or like he is accustomed to, well, maybe not accustomed, but like his last fight was against Josh Taylor. Josh Taylor is a guy who's bigger, taller. So I mean, Teofimo did have to do other things apart from just, you know, being the typical Teofimo that we're accustomed to seeing. You know how he just kind of goes forward or shows his power shots and whatnot. He had to box a little bit more. He had to think a little bit more. He had to move a lot more. So I'm going to assume that we're going to see something like that too as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree with you. I'm going to jump on that, on both of you guys. The second half is going to be crucial. It's going to be huge for Teofimo, because in that Josh Taylor fight, he showed, because the first couple, the first half was pretty competitive, but afterwards, Teofimo, he just started stunning on Taylor. Like he just doing whatever he wanted. He felt comfortable in there.
The showman.
Yeah, the showman, exactly. And I believe he's gonna do the same thing for this fight. The first half is gonna be pretty competitive until Ortíz begins to gas out. And once he begins to gas out, that's when Teofimo's gonna start doing his little showboats again, you know, his little, you know, the little thingamajiggy, his little
Fortnite dances.
Yeah, he does a flip in the middle around.
Yeah, for real.
No, but yeah, I believe the second half is going to be a huge pivoting point for Teofimo, and that's why I believe he's going to take the decision win over Ortíz.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
But yeah, so we have that fight for Thursday, which is, I think that's
unfortunate.
That's a haunting day for boxing. Because the last Thursday,
Damn
top ranked
Shakur.
Yeah, it was the Shakur fight, and that one put everyone to sleep. So hopefully this one does not do that.
And it's also in Vegas too.
In Vegas,
where Shakur fought as well. In Vegas,
man, like it's already got bad history. Man. Got bad history. But yeah, I think we got everything.
Yeah,
that we wanted to talk about.
Yeah.
Let us know what you guys think. Do you guys think Teofimo López is gonna take the win, or is Ortíz gonna pull off the upset? What are your guys' thoughts about Fury? Is he actually ducking Usyk? Man, come on, be honest. He's not really ducking. But let us know what you guys are thinking. Lastly, do you think Gervonta Davis is gonna fight Conor Benn? And if he does fight him, is it gonna be in the USA or in the UK, like Baltimore? Or in London Arena, you know, where's he gonna fight him at? Let us know what you guys are thinking. Put it down in the comment section down below. Don't forget to like the video, subscribe to the channel. We have our links are in the description down below. We are on TikTok, Instagram, and we are on Twitter or X. Don't forget to follow us also, or join our Discord. We're trying to grow the community, and it'd be much appreciated if you guys were, you know, hop on and just let us know what you guys think, what you guys are thinking, and to connect with us on the more deeper level. But besides that, it was your boy Pablo, and I am with Rudo and Asa, and this was the Last Round Podcast. Thank you for watching.